you all are going to reap the fates. You know, if you keep doing the 7 deadly sins, you're going to reap the fates. Okay? Now, this is a big notion because of the design of a house on a property. You know, symbolically in representational form, a house has 7 sides. And then there's the 4 corners of the property, symbolically represented. Of course, it's stipulated on and in the law of what you can do on your own property with the homes. But that's not really beside, it was kind of beside the point, but not really. It's still, that would still apply to those under the representation of the 7 on the 4. Okay, but within that house, you live within the ceiling of, within where the ceiling is above and the floor is below. Okay, so that's going to be the notion of the 7 deadly sins and the curse fates. Okay, is what I think is the main point. So if you do those 7 deadly sins, you're going to reap the curse fates. And of course, when it comes to the fact, if you had a question on the fates, there they are. Of course, yeah. We have a medical doctor hospital as a solution. Well, as help to those curse fates. Almost a pro-con theory on that. And of course, a good backronym pro-reminder might be the USA on backronym, pun, pro-pun, of stipulated accidents for the curse fates and then the conversion into the medical doctor hospital. Of course, there's 5 characters, but there's 6 because of that torture. And that's where the opposite torture and the hospital is going to come from. Is that overlapping realm theory. Of course, USA independent conversion. And then, of course, yeah, stipulated accidents within the help for the fates. As far as the deadly sins, how do I remember them? I remember police, gang, subsidized living, war. It's just a pro reminder. You know, the curse fates are what is going to be that extra that the 7 deadly sins lead to. But, you know, I easily remember with that because PE on police, pride, envy, and then gang, greed, gluttony, and then subsidized living, sloth, lust, and then war and wrath. So that's just easy for me to remember. There's other pro reminders and ways to remember the 7 deadly sins. But I don't think, that's kind of stipulated leads to more things. But yeah, in lower class, a lot of that stuff is happening more, even though it's happening through all classes and all around the world. The fates are the fates. Are they inescapable? Maybe not. But, there's things like the pros to the cons. And always remember, there's a human point of death for all human beings. For we are different racial groups, but one race of human beings.